Okay, what a fucking show. Jesus, that 30-minute Iron Man match and the Monsters Ball match. Oh my god. We're that 30-minute Iron Man match was completely fucking epic. We're gonna talk about that at the end and save it for it. Oh my god. Okay, Hardy's open up the show. Let's go ahead and get right into this now. Matt Hardy's voice sounded a little like it was going away, but it was kind of funnier, to be honest. Everything he says normally is pretty funny, but just his voice going away just kind of made it funnier to me, or kind of weird. But you know, basically saying that they're going to acquire every piece of championship gold out there. There's rumor that they were in Mexico. I was listening to the Conan's podcast, Keeping It 100. Has Kevin Gill, Real Disco Inferno, and they said something. The Hardys were there in Mexico, so I hope we get to see that on Impact on Pop. He said Jeremy Borash was there, so hey, maybe we could see that, or maybe that's going to be like on a YouTube exclusive. I have no idea, but the DCC is out now. Still fucking love their theme song. That's what I put in my notes here. So, and it says that they can challenge anyone at open fight night, basically hinting at the Hardys. Now the Decay comes out. Oh my god, I can't believe I put this in my notes. Rosemary is so fucking hot. Okay, get that out of the way. It says I just had to throw that in there. Sometimes I don't even remember what I write in my notes, but pretty much challenging everybody to a triple threat tag team match for the TNA tag titles. So we get a triple threat match out of it. It was a decent match. Hardy's win after Matt hits a twist of fate on Eddie Kingston. Nice way to start a pay-per-view worthy show. Yes, I say this could have been a pay-per-view. Add in one more match without the commercials. It honestly could have been something. I mean, it really could have been the main event or a pay-per-view match. I mean, so we get the only Schitt's Creek plug. I was pissed at the time that it happened during the match. But luckily, I put in here, I says, it better not happen in the main event or Monsters Ball. So it didn't. So thank you, fucking Josh Matthews. You only plugged it one time, and you just made Impact tiny bit better with that. You made listening to your fucking commentary a little bit better. But Laurel Van Yes and Sutter are on a date. Laurel plays God. I just feel like Laurel plays that character just freaking right. Like that rich, bold brat whore. Really, I mean, I thought it was funny the whole time Braxton Sutter's just trying to get through it. I think that's pretty funny. You know, this is continuing off of last week when Maria made Braxton Sutter stop training Allie, and then they get into a car at the end of the show, so now they're on a date. Galloway is out now. He's using his own theme song, which I think it's fine, but the older one was a little bit better. With the new owners, everything's changing, so I don't even know. We don't even know if Galloway's going to be here in March for the next taping, so I'm not complaining about any damn thing he does. Well, most of everything he does is fucking great. Now, let's be honest here. The promo he cut about trying to make that title mean something really felt like, yes, dude, please sign this motherfucker to a longer contract, damn it. But Galloway calls on anybody, and here comes Moose. You gotta do the arm every time, people. You got to do it. But I put round one was very hard hitting. Moose won the first round. He really did. It was insane. A lot of hard, stiff fucking punches and kicks. I mean, the moonsault was good from Moose. No complaints from the first round. The first round was good. So here we go to the second round. Moose hits the go to hell. But you know how when he hits it, they fall to the ground. Galloway put his foot up right to the M bags. And the referee saw it. Deducts another point. So Galloway trying to do the same thing he did last week. Moose knows that this. So Moose comes at him with a clothesline. Galloway ducks it, turns around, Claymore kick, goes for the pin, and Moose kicks out. So I was like, okay. So Moose turns around for another go to hell, and when he does, you could tell Drew Galloway kind of put his elbow up to hit the ref. So ref falls down. Galloway hits him with another low blow, hits the Future Shock DDT, and gets the win. So he keeps the Impact Grand Championship. So he's beat him twice now. I think they're going to have to continue on with this feud. There's no one else in that Impact Grand Championship division, if we're calling it a division now, besides these two who could really put on a good match. Maybe Jesse Goddard versus a heel Drew Galloway. Drew Galloway could probably carry anybody, and Jesse Goddard really has improved, so that'd be fine with that. I just don't know who Galloway would face next. That's something that I would like to see kind of evolve and him kind of get away from the Moose thing because we've seen it twice now. I'm fine if it keeps going, but I want to see who else can step up and face Drew Galloway for that Impact Grand Championship. I mean, am I the only one thinking that? I think somebody's got to besides Moose. We go back to Sutter and Laurel, not Laurel, the fuck, Laurel in their date still. And she's just talking about it, just going on and on and on. And she goes, "Hold on, what else can I talk about myself?" And Sanders like, "I'm pretty sure you'll find more things to talk about." She turns away. He grabs the whole fucking wine bottle and just chugs that shit. I thought that was funny. That's pretty damn interesting. I like that. This stuff's funny, dude. Man, they're killing it with the Knockouts division right now. It's very deep. It's great. It's last year was pretty good. It was okay for the Knockouts division, probably the second half of the year. This time now it's very deep, and they're adding 2 to 3 storylines with Brooke, Sienna, and Maria and Allie, and then now the Jade and fucking Rosemary Monsters Ball match. So going right into it. What the hell? These ladies killed each other. So yeah, Jade killed Rosemary. Rosemary gets the tacks out. Puts him all over, all over that spot. And she was trying to suplex Jade into the thumbtacks. Jade turns it around and hits a German suplex on the tacks. I was like, holy shit. Okay, that was pretty awesome. Now, later on in the match, Rosemary brings in the barbed wire board. And it does not go her way again. Fucking Jade hits an STO to the... Oh my god, Jade was killing it. So then she turns Rosemary over, puts the barbed wire board on top of her, goes off of the second rope with a lion's salt onto the barbed wire board, which I thought was crazy again. Man. She's like, then she sets up the fucking table. I'm like, okay, I think Jade is going to win this. Holy crap. She goes to the top rope. Rosemary gets off the table, goes up, hits a superplex through the table, and that was it for the match. I'm going to be honest, if there was not a 30-minute Iron Man match, this match could have gone on a lot longer, and I would have been fine with it. But what we got, I was really happy. That was a good match. So Gail Kim comes out to check on Jade. Rosemary sees that she's in the ring, comes out, sprays the red mist, and again, seemingly setting up a Rosemary and Gail Kim feud whenever Gail Kim can get back into the ring, which I think that'll be interesting. Rosemary beating the protege of Gail Kim, and Gail Kim, the teacher, has to come in and try to beat the demon, Rosemary. So I think that storyline will go over pretty well. Gail Kim and I think Rosemary will put on one hell of a match, just like Jade and Rosemary did. So I can't wait to see if that actually happens. Whenever Gail Kim can get back in the ring. I don't know when her injury is up, or if this was just a storyline. I just know that I can't wait for it. So next part of this, we just kept going from match to match to match, really. We kept, they would talk before the match, but then it was just match. The only breaks we had in between was the Laurel and Sutter date, which was only lasted like a minute each and was pretty funny. Then Caleb Conley hits the screen, and I was like, fucking finally. They signed him like months ago. Never done anything except for the knockdown. Great fucking job. Botched by me, but I'm talking about the extravaganza, X-Division extravaganza, and I was like, finally, you lost Mandrews, but Caleb Conley, I don't know. Me personally, I'm a Caleb Conley fan. If you watch Paragon Pro Wrestling, you know who he is. Even if you watch Evolve, you know who he is. He's had a lot of Evolve matches. Fucking great. I mean, I've enjoyed all of his matches, so I was super happy to see him finally hit the X Division. So we get a Trevor Lee versus Andrew Everett versus Marshe Rocket versus DJZ and Caleb Conley for the X Division title. Now, we gotta talk about this insane DDT spot. So, Caleb Conley's taking out everybody. Here comes Everett. They'll probably hit this, like the hit shoulder tackle through the ropes. But when he does, Conley catches him. You know, he's about to hit that second rope DDT. Then here comes Trevor Lee, gets him while Conley's still holding Everett for an inverted DDT. Here comes fucking Marche Rocket. The same thing. Then out of nowhere, here comes DJZ, and that was insane. Like, 3 people got hit with a DDT. That was the first time I've ever seen that. That was awesome. Best part of the match. But DJZ wins with another, what was it? I always forget what he calls that DDT of his, but when he hits it on Andrew Everett, Everett sells the shit out of it. It looks like he's possessed every fucking time, and I think that's awesome. But he wins. Solid X Division match. Still, here's what I want to happen in the X Division match. You bring back Jeff Jarrett, you bring back Dutch Mantell or Zeb Coulter, whatever you want to call him at. They were there when the X Division was really at its peak. I hope, I think they know what they're doing, but I just hope they can bring it back to what it was. I like the addition with Caleb Conley. Braxton Sutter was not in this. You got Crazy Steve, but he's not really in the X Division. Rockstar Spud, not in the X Division anymore, I guess. So they're going to have to bring in at least 2 more people to fill out this X Division. I don't know who they can bring in with WWE sucking up all the Cruiserweight talent. I don't think they can go within the company, like I said, because Rockstar Spud doing the Aaron Rex thing. Crazy Steve. I think Crazy Steve could go in the X Division and, kind of do his own thing like Rosemary is, but still be with the Decay. So I don't know, maybe 2 more people to bring in with what they have, will be alright. But bringing in Caleb Conley is a good decision, to be honest. He had a great match. This match was solid, like I said, but after the match, Trevor Lee attacked DJZ. They bring in the chairs. Gregory Shane was bringing the chairs. She puts it on DJZ's foot, and then fucking Trevor Lee, boom, boom, just destroyed him with that chair. Setting up the fact Pope said it. I'm like, okay, thank you, Pope. Because I forgot. He's got the race for the case. Calls out DJZ next week after destroying him with the chair and making his leg weak. I can't even fucking say that word right now. Fuck. But I don't know what happened there. And his, wrist already kind of messed up. This is going to make for an interesting open fight night for sure. So here we go. This is kind of interesting. So Eddie and Davey are talking backstage, basically saying Eddie does not want Davey out there. He respects that he wants to be out there, but he wants to do this on his own because everybody says that he's winning with help. And it's true, he is. And when he says that, Davey says, okay, I respect it. You're the champ, man. When he walks away, Davey's face is like, bitch, I'm going to hurt you. Like, heel turn coming. It's coming. I didn't think it was going to happen in a 30-minute Iron Man match. It didn't need it because it was fucking great. But I think it's going to happen whenever Eddie gets a rematch. It's going to happen. They're going to turn, and they're going to take on that epic rivalry between the Wolves, which I'm fucking wearing a Wolves t-shirt right now. I obviously don't want to see them split up, but it's got to happen, I guess. Davey's last year. You'd like to see them go on this great tag team run for his last year, but, Eddie's gotten to do his thing. I think this year is going to be Davey doing his thing, so, I'm fine with it, but oh my god, this 30-minute Iron Man match. Breathe for a second, because I'm going to get into these notes. I had to go back and rewatch it, to be honest. I went back and rewatched it because I wasn't taking notes while it was happening. Literally. I went back and rewatched it, took notes that time, and I still couldn't get all of it down because what the fuck. So Lashley gets the first fall with a spear, and about 9 minutes into the match, I was like, okay, pretty good. Okay, so Lashley, we're about maybe 10 minutes and 11 minutes in the match now. Davey's near the ropes. Lashley picks Davey up. Belly to belly suplex. The kind of just hurled him. When he hit it, he fucking launched him. Eddie kind of lands on his neck and back a little bit. Like, oh my god. And then I thought that was insane. They fight up the ramp. Lashley, I swear, had to have fucking killed Eddie at first. When you guys know what I'm talking about if you watch the show. That powerbomb on the fucking ring apron was legit cringeworthy and nasty in a fucking good way. Holy cow. So, it goes to a 10 count and Lashley goes up 2-0. Insane. I mean, wow. I don't even know. That was nasty. Like I went back and watched that a couple times. Like that was fucking great. So Eddie finally gets a pinfall when he rolls up Lashley. So here we go. Okay, now later on in the match, they're fighting up the ramp again. Lashley tries to then German suplex Eddie on the ramp. I'm like, do not do it. You're gonna fucking kill him. As Lashley tries it, Eddie lands on his feet. Lashley turns around. Boom, Boston Knee Party. Eddie pulls him back into the ring, hits another Boston Knee Party, and ties it up 2-2. So then Lashley makes Eddie tap out with like a crossface. Eddie hooked the arm, so it's up 3-2 now. With about 2 minutes left, Lashley goes for a spear. Eddie catches it into like a guillotine, and he's got it in for almost a minute, and Lashley does not tap. Every time the referee pulls his arm up, he grabs his strength back. Like, holy crap. So a minute, almost a fucking minute, Lashley's holding it in, and it just lets the time run out. I was like, oh my god, dude, wow. Lashley wins back the world title. That was great. Like, honestly, wow. You know, if you did not watch this, all you people, you gotta go watch this 30-minute Iron Man match. Just check out the Monsters Ball in the 30-minute Iron Man match, and this was just insane. Pay-per-view worthy match. This and the Monsters Ball should have been on a pay-per-view. Honestly. I hope Jarrett brings back the pay-per-views just for stuff like this, because I don't know how this was on a regular show. This was just too good for a regular show. Honestly. I know a lot of times they give this stuff away for free. This was one of the ones that I would have preferred on the pay-per-view. What a match. Props to Lashley. The fans were chanting, "This is too easy," when he powerbombed Eddie. And I gotta agree, wow. That was great. Great show. Not too much gripes, to be honest with you. Actually none. I mean, besides the Schitt's Creek plug, Josh Matthews did a pretty good job on the commentary. And Madison Rayne on the commentary, not too great, but I think she'll grow into the role a little bit more. Really, just a good show. I don't know what there is else to complain about between little things on commentary. Wow. People were sleeping on this episode if you didn't watch it, for real. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it on a high note. That was pretty damn good. Like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you thought of the show if you watched it. If you didn't, what are you waiting on? Go back and watch it. It was pretty damn good. Epic main event, 30-minute Iron Man match. Next week is Open Fight Night. I'll be back for that review. I am out. Thank you so much for watching.